Okay, let's jump straight into this explainer. I need to give you a stark warning right out of the gate. This is a harsh reality check. We're skipping the fluff, the feel-good stories, and the gentle advice today because we need to expose a deeply uncomfortable truth that, frankly, most of us spend our entire lives actively avoiding.
So forget everything you expect. Just drop those expectations right now. If you're tuning in looking for soothing affirmations or something to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside, you're absolutely in the wrong place. There's nothing in this explainer designed to make you feel good. We're focusing completely on the raw, uncomfortable truth about your daily habits.
Here is the jarring message we have to confront today. You're wasting your life. And the worst part? You don't even realize it. Think about that for a second. You are actively wasting your finite time and your potential, and the daily damage is happening completely under your radar.
When you picture wasting your life, you probably imagine this massive dramatic failure, right? Like a fiery collapse of your career or some huge public mistake. But that's a fantasy. Real failure is actually incredibly quiet. It's daily. It's the simple, mundane act of waking up and instinctively grabbing your phone before your brain is even fully turned on.
This daily trap usually starts with a lie you tell yourself. You know the one, oh, just 5 minutes checking my feed, which suddenly bleeds into a totally lost hour. It's planning this grand, successful life in your head, organizing everything perfectly in your mind, but doing absolutely nothing in reality. And the result? You end the day feeling completely exhausted, but with zero actual forward movement.
Now here's a critical reframe. That constant lack of progress, that feeling of just being stuck, that isn't laziness. Laziness implies you're making a conscious choice to sit back and chill out. What we're actually looking at is far more insidious. You are trapped in a loop. It's a deeply ingrained behavioral cycle that's operating entirely on autopilot.
Let's put a formal name to this. We call it the invisible loop. It's a daily cycle designed to keep you comfortable, distracted, and completely average. It hijacks your impulses. It literally allows your phone, your immediate environment, and your momentary urges to dictate your entire day. You aren't deciding how to live. The loop is deciding for you. Which brings us to this incredibly harsh reality. You've been living the same day over and over again. Take a really hard look at that and be honest with yourself. Your routine, your daily distractions, the excuses you make to avoid the hard work, none of it actually changes. The only thing changing is the date on the calendar.
If we project your current trajectory forward, we land on a pretty terrifying number: 6 months. Look, if you don't actively break this cycle today, 6 months from now, you are going to be sitting in this exact same spot, watching another explainer, wondering why your life hasn't improved. You'll be completely unchanged.
So let's force a real audit of your reality. I want you to look strictly at your actions over the last 7 days. Not what you planned to do, but what you actually did. First up, how many hours went into scrolling? Brutally confront your screen time here. Don't just guess. Open your phone settings right now and look at the raw data. The average person bleeds away over 3 hours a day just staring at a screen. Over a lifetime, that's more than a decade of your waking life just gone.
Next question. How many promises did you break to yourself? Think about it. The workouts you skipped, the projects you pushed off, that book you ignored. How many personal commitments did you completely abandon this past week simply because an easy, frictionless distraction was sitting right there?
And the final question of our little audit. How many times did you say, "I'll start tomorrow"? This is the ultimate procrastination excuse, and it highlights the massive, glaring gap between your best intentions and your actual reality. Tomorrow is a fantasy. It's just a safe space where the loop keeps you paralyzed today.
We really need to draw a hard line in the sand here. What actually dictates the direction of your life? Only your actions. And what absolutely does not matter? Your goals and your intentions. I want to drive this home because it's crucial. Your intentions are entirely irrelevant if they don't produce physical real-world action.
At this point, you're probably thinking, okay, I just need to get motivated to fix this. But here's the absolute truth. You do not need more motivation. We are pivoting entirely away from that diagnosis. Shatter the illusion right now that you just lack the right energy or the hype to succeed. Motivation is just a fleeting feeling, and feelings do not break behavioral loops.
What you actually need is control. Real control. Control over your time, control over your attention, control over your actions. Taking militant, absolute ownership over these three areas is quite literally the only viable way out of this invisible loop. So how do we systematically get that control back? Well, we're going to use a strict, non-negotiable 3-step prescription to reclaim your agency over the next 7 days. Step 1, no phone for the first hour. Step 2, hardest task first. Step 3, track your reality. Let's break down exactly why this forces behavior change.
Step 1, cut the biggest leak. No phone for the first hour of your day. This is totally non-negotiable. If you grab your phone first thing, the world speaks first. You're immediately put on the defensive, just reacting to notifications, emails, and algorithms. By ignoring it for just 1 hour, you take control first. You actually lead your day instead of just reacting to everyone else's.
Step 2 brilliantly attacks a really common lie we all tell ourselves. Oh, I work better under pressure. No, you don't. You just say that to justify your procrastination. You've basically trained yourself to delay until the anxiety actively hurts. Step 2 fixes this by forcing you to do the absolute hardest task first, before your brain can even form an excuse. Knock that out, and suddenly your day has actual forward direction. Step 3, track your reality, not your plans. I want you to demand of yourself a brutal, honest log of how you actually spend your minutes. Why? Because what gets tracked gets fixed. It's that simple. If you do this, I guarantee that within just 2 days, you will see exactly, mathematically, why you feel so stuck. Now let's address the uncomfortable truth about all this. Implementing this strict system is not going to feel good. Cutting distractions feels terribly boring. Doing hard things first is highly uncomfortable. Facing your raw, tracked reality, that's painful. Stepping out of the loop is, quite frankly, going to suck.
But we have to shift our psychological framing here. Wasting your life feels like comfort. It doesn't come with immediate pain or some sudden feeling of dramatic failure. It feels easy. It feels safe. You're just wrapped up in a warm blanket of endless content. And that is exactly why it is so incredibly dangerous.
The final directive here is simply this: stop escaping your own life. You don't need a new, highly optimized master plan. You don't need to wait for the perfect timing or for next Monday to roll around. You just need to stop running away from reality. Right now, today.
Which brings us to the ultimatum, 30 days. 30 days from now, one of two things will be completely true about you. You will either have absolute, militant control of your time and actions, or you will be stuck in the exact same invisible loop, repeating the exact same habits, just 1 month older.
I want to challenge you directly as we wrap up this explainer. The truth is, most people won't change after learning this. Are you one of them? Will you take the uncomfortable, painful actions necessary to actually reclaim control today? Or are you just going to close this window and let your impulses guide you to the very next distraction? The choice is entirely yours.